launching 100 for satellite from a single rocket, and then India made fun of New York Times like this. This is called sweet
Yeah.
revenge. India is among the world's 4 countries that have successfully reached Mars and Moon.
Hello everyone, I'm Luis from Brazil, and today we're going to be reacting on the unseen truth of India, the world needed to know.
Hello, I'm Gudrun from Germany. Welcome to our channel.
Hi, myself Ashwin from India. Welcome to the Global Reactors.
Hello everyone, I'm Alena from Russia. Welcome.
Okay, so let's see. Let's start the video, guys.
What is the first image comes to your mind when you hear the name of India? Like this or this, right? Because your media mostly present such similar images of India in front of you. Okay, let me show you something different than your media. If I say this is India, will you believe me? Maybe not, because most
Mumbai.
probably you have never seen India in this way. But
Looks like
actually,
New
this is real
York.
India which has been hidden from you. The slums,
Beautiful.
busy and
Very
chaotic
good.
cities you see on TV or mobile is only a smallest part of India. India is actually pretty normal. And this is the one thing that a lot of people are don't understand about India. Okay, let me show you some major cities of India. This is Mumbai. This is Delhi. This is Kolkata. This is Gurgaon. This is Noida. This is Hyderabad. This is Pune. This is Bangalore. This is Chennai. This is Surat. This is Thane. And there are many such modern cities in India.
Hmm.
Wow.
Amazing.
Okay, let's come to the rural part of India, and I'm pretty sure that according to you, the Indian villages are look something like this or this, right? But actually, this is not even 5% part of Indian villages. More than 95% of Indian villages are look something like this.
Yeah, so guys, like
Hmm.
Indian villages are also rapidly growing, and my city is similar like this, houses and all. And I can say that from past 20 years, we seen rapid growth in rural area,
Hmm.
cities as well. Our infrastructure is also getting better. And like now, even in rural areas, even the remotest part of the India, you can pay from your phone. So it's
Yeah.
changing. Yeah,
And
yeah,
the houses are made of bricks there.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
Cement bricks and all.
Yeah.
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 Can you tell us if the village that you
Uh,
live at is close to one of these cities that were mentioned in the video?
no, no, actually, no. It's far away from that, from these big cities. It's
Mm.
maybe 600 kilometers away from my
Wow.
location.
Far away you really.
Hmm.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like if you talk about my village, the whole economy is depends upon the farm, okay,
Hmm.
farming and all.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you live in the mountains. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's surrounded
Hmm.
by mountains. Yeah,
Fresh air.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Always good.
Beautiful
Okay.
views. I've seen that
Views.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Ashwin, tell us which one city from this, which we noticed before on this video, should visit. What
Yeah,
do you
maybe Gurgaon, Mumbai, Delhi, of course. We can plan. Whenever you visit,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can plan it. Yeah,
Tell
yeah.
us what is
That's
your
right.
love name? What is yeah?
Yeah, I
What
will.
you,
I will prefer the Uttarakhand. Like the Himalayan mountain and all. Like Gangotri and all. So that's
Hmm.
so beautiful. So we can visit there.
and why? Why?
It's a beautiful scenery. Like nature and all. And this part of
Ashwin,
the
think
India, like
about the nightlife. We need some nightlife as well.
yeah, Goa, Goa, of course. We can go to the Goa. Lot of Russians live in
Oh,
Goa. Lot of Russians.
yes,
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
very
heard that.
famous.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we can Goa. We can
Hmm.
explore Goa as well, Mumbai and all.
It is
And there's
island.
the beach. That's also
Yeah, yeah,
important.
yeah,
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 beach dance.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so let's move with the video.
Due to the large population of India, the Indian villages are also so big. Look at this. This is not a city or town, but it's a village called Madhapur, located in the Indian state of Gujarat. After a lot of struggle in 1947, when India got independence from the British Empire, India's economy was only $25 billion. Even in 1991, India's economy was less than the economy of Paris and London. And now India has more economy than the France and the UK. In 2014, India's economy was ranked 10th in the world, but now in 2022, India has become the fifth largest economy in the world with a huge GDP of $3.5 trillion. In just
Oh.
last 8 years, India
Yeah.
has overtaken five major economies like Canada, Russia, Italy, Brazil, France, and the UK. And this is really impressive. India
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, it
it
is.
is estimated that until 2027, India will be on the third largest economy within
Mm-hmm.
just next 3-4 years. Yeah. Oh,
India is the fastest growing major economy in the world, and according to IMF, India is set to surpass Germany and Japan to become the world's third largest economy by 2027. India is already the third largest economy in the world in terms of PPP GDP with a huge GDP of $11.7 trillion. And by 2030, India's nominal GDP is expected to be $8.5 trillion, but India's potential is much more than this. After the USA, Russia, and China, the Indian military is the fourth most powerful military in the world, and with a budget of $76.6 billion, India has third largest defense budget in the world. Over 1.45 million active personnel, over 1.15 million reserve personnel, and over 2.52 million paramilitary. The Indian military is the largest military in the world with a total 5.13 million military personnel. India is also a nuclear-armed country. The country is holds some of the most powerful nuclear weapons in the world, such as intercontinental ballistic missiles Agni 5, Agni 6, K5, and K6, which has a massive range of 5,000 km to 12,000 km. Even some experts say that India hidden a dangerous weapon called Agni 7 or Surya, which has a massive range of 12,000 km to 16,000 km. There are only four countries in the world that have anti-satellite weapons, and India is one of them. India has capability to destroy the communication system of any country in the world by destroying their satellite in the space. The Indian Space Research Organization (ISRO) is among the world's top five
nice.
most successful space agencies.
Mm-hmm.
ISRO has successfully launched over 386 foreign satellites for 36 different countries, including satellites of USA, Germany, France, and the UK, and successfully launched over 134 Indian origin satellites. There are many,
Germany.
many misconceptions about India have been born in the world, especially in the West, and that's why many people make the mistake of underestimating India. For example, in 2013, when India announced that India will also send its satellite and rover to Mars, the New York Times made fun of India like this. But after in just 1 year in 2014, India became the first country in the world to reach Mars in the first attempt. And just few years later, in 2017, India created an incredible world record by launching 104 satellites from a single rocket. And then India made fun of New York Times like this. This is called sweet
Yeah.
revenge. India is among the world's four countries that have successfully reached Mars and Moon both. Other are USA, Russia, and China. And among the five countries that have their own GPS navigation system, other are USA, Russia, China, and Japan. After USA and China, India has third highest number of billionaires in the world. As of 2022, India has total 237 billionaires. The
Hmm,
Indian stock market is the
that's a lot.
fastest growing major stock market in the world. Even two out of the world's
But
10
it's
largest stock
due to the
exchanges are
huge
Indian. And
population, of
India
course.
is said to be world's the
No,
largest stock market by 2030 with a total expected market cap of over $11 trillion. The world's fastest growing startup ecosystem in 2014, India had only 400 startups, and as of 2022, India has over 77,000 startups, which makes India
Wow.
globally the third largest startup ecosystem in the world after USA and China, as well as India has third highest number of unicorns in the world. The country is home to the 108 unicorns with a total valuation of $341 billion.
So, guys, do you know what unicorn means? Like
No,
unicorn
I know
company?
what a unicorn is,
no,
the
this
animal, but
I've,
I think we are thinking about
yeah.
same.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
So the Unicorn company means that company which have a valuation more than 1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
so we have
total
like
like
Yeah.
more than 100 unicorns as of 2022, and it started with 400, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
wrong.
Yeah.
That's a
yeah,
huge
yeah,
amount.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we should buy some Tata shares in the future.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, good choice. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's continue with the video.
India is already among the top 5 most industrialized countries with a total output of $900 billion, and it is said to be third most industrialized country by 2030 with an expected industrial output of more than $3 trillion. Currently, India is the eighth largest exporter in the world. Total export of India was $675 billion in 2021, and the country is on the way to become the third largest exporter in the world by 2030 with an expected export of more than $2 trillion. India is emerging as factory of the world due to its
Wow,
large
factory.
skilled workforce. Even in 2021, India overtaken US and became the second most attractive manufacturing destination globally, second only to China. Production. India is the largest producer of tractor, two-wheeler, spice, dairy products, milk, ginger, turmeric, and sugar. Second largest producer of smartphone, steel, cement, vegetable, fruit, rice, wheat, and cotton. Third largest producer of electricity, renewable energy, gems, and jewelry. Fourth
Yeah,
largest producer of cars and trucks. The Indian textile industry is the second largest textile industry in the world with a total valuation of over $225 billion. The country is well known as hub of information technology. The annual revenue of Indian IT industry is more than $200 billion, and it is said to be
Wow.
350 to $400 billion by 2025 and more than $1 trillion by 2030. Also known as the pharmacy of the world, the country's massive pharmaceutical industry is the source of more than 50% of global demand for various vaccines.
more than
India is the
50%.
largest provider of generic drugs globally. Over 40% generic drugs in the USA and over 25% of all medicine in the UK are supplied by India. It is difficult to imagine how world would be able to combat AIDS without India because globally over 80% of antiretroviral drugs which is using to combat AIDS are supplied by India. Known as the potential superpower, India is the second most populous country in the world and its potential is unlimited. The country has largest young force in the world, more than 50% of its population below the age of 25 and more than 65% of its population below the age of 35, and this young power is helping India to become an economic superpower like USA, China, and European Union. But still, if you think that India is a poor country, then let me tell you that Indian household own the largest amount of gold, 25,000 tons to 30,000 tons, which is worth over $1.5 trillion to $2 trillion, and it is more than the economy of Australia, South Korea, and Italy. Even Indian temple alone have 4,000 to 5,000 tons of gold, which is worth more than $300 billion and is more than the economy of New Zealand and Finland. Indians are just love golds and jewelry, and that's why India is the biggest consumer of gold, silver,
Wow.
jewelry, and gems. Many
That has
people
a
in the world,
weight
mostly in the
also. Yeah.
West, use HDI
In
and
your
per
head.
capita to criticize India, but they forget that India is the fastest growing major economy in the world. Currently, India's HDI is considered in the medium category, which is expected to move to the high human development category by 2025. Even today, 14 Indian states are comes in the high human development category and 13 Indian states are very close to achieve this. And many Indian states have more GDP per capita than the per capita of many European countries. Well, India is 7 to 10 times cheaper than the Europe and America. India is just like China. As China developed itself in the past, today India is developing in the same way.
Hmm.
According to recent UN study, the country has lifted more than 415 million people out of poverty since 2005,
Really?
and according to World Bank, poverty in India has reduced by 12.3% between 2011 to 2019 from 22.5% in 2011 to only 10% in 2019.
Yeah.
And according to recent study of IMF, India has almost wiped out extreme poverty. The percentage of people living in the extreme poverty in India is only 0.8% now. The country is home to the rich culture and spirituality. No country in the world
Yeah.
as diverse as India. There are 28 states and 8 union territories in India and they all have their own culture, music, languages, races and food. And no country in the world is more colorful than India. Even India has entire colorful cities like Jaipur, the city of pink, Udaipur, the city of white, Jodhpur, the city of blue, Jaisalmer, the city of gold, and Kanyakumari, the city of seven colors. India is a whole world itself. India has snow like Greenland, beauty like Switzerland, desert like Arab, wildlife like Africa, beautiful cities like Europe, forest like Brazil, and mountains like Japan. Even India has a white desert also. 100,000 of beautiful
Okay.
temples, historical monuments,
Tell us about.
incredible architecture
Hmm.
sites, extremely beautiful hill stations like Manali, Nainital, Simla, and Spiti Valley. India is just incredible.
Beautiful
India is
place.
transforming itself as
Yeah,
a global economic powerhouse. The country is home to the highest number of under
go
construction
on.
mega projects in the world. Project Bharatmala cost $140 billion. Project Sagarmala cost $130 billion. Project DMIC cost $100 billion. Projects 100 Smart City cost $100 billion. These are few big projects out of them as well as the country is spending a massive amount of $1.5 trillion to modernize and develop its infrastructure. Along with this, seeing the growth of country's urbanization, India is also creating many new and futuristic cities like Gift City, Dholera SIR, and Amravati Smart City. The fastest growing major economy, the fastest growing major stock market, the fastest growing startup ecosystem, healthcare, technology, infrastructure, and industries. India is performing excellent, and this is what the world should know about India.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and
So
it's true
I
that
changed my mind.
we there were a lot of things mentioned we possibly haven't heard before. And of course, I also know people who live in those very poor villages, but others live in the big cities, and I've seen both sides of it from friends who showed me
Hmm.
their places. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
seeing that as a kind of panorama, yeah, is totally different than seeing a single house or something. Yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
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 this is globally, I think, generally. Yeah, and yeah, it's really growing, developing, and that's
yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah.
So
Of
actually, I have a
course.
question.
Yeah,
Do you know anything about the White Desert? What is that? It's
Have you ever
yeah, yeah.
visited?
Yeah, it's in Gujarat. It's Kutch. You know, it's a white desert. You know, you will feel like you are on the moon because the sand is white. You know,
Mhm.
the salt and all. You know, it's a mixed. So
I'm
it's a
curious.
white
It is
desert.
warm. It is cold. This
Huh?
sand.
Sorry.
It is cold. I mean,
No, no,
this.
not cold. It's not a snow. It's like a salt and mixture with the sand. You know,
Oh,
white sand.
And
hmm
usually in
Oh
the
yeah,
deserts, it's very hot during the day and it can
yeah, yeah.
become
Of
very
course.
cold at night. Yeah.
at night.
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
wow!
yeah.
Yeah.
Should
But
we
like
react
the
on a video covering the White Desert from India?
yeah, yeah. Next
Maybe
time,
if
sure.
there
Yeah,
is any, yeah, would be interesting.
yeah, yeah. Sure. That's very interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, that will be.
people, just let us know if you're interested in that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, like talking about growth of India, you know, like I will say that we are working hard. You know, like currently the numbers are out in terms of growth. You know, in for the economy. So we are again become the fastest growing economy with the rate of 7.8% for the quarter first. So yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
India is spending a lot of money on infrastructure, highways, expressways,
Yeah,
and
infrastructure is the key to growth. Yeah, of course.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So now the highways are getting created like a crazy, you know, like
Hmm.
expressway, and they all are the world class, you know. They are with the world class standards, and I guess
And the
next 10
car
years.
industry will explode when the streets are available.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Even I have seen lot of people, they are suggesting to the people outside the India that you should visit India, because everything is changing rapidly.
Hmm.
In next 10 years, the growth will be faster. Like I believe that it will be like never before. I
Yeah.
strongly believe on that because everything is changing rapidly. So
Yeah,
this is
Yeah.
great
things like
for
that. Yeah.
yeah, this is good for our country, and yeah, we are lucky to see such time, as an Indian,
yeah. And
because
my second question is for those who enjoy to be near to the wildlife, which city they should pick?
mm, uh, I mean, like those who live towards wildlife.
Hmm. Who enjoy
Yeah, I mean,
being? Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Generally, people move to the big cities for especially for the job and all.
Yeah.
So we have a large number of people. They are moving from smaller cities or towns or rural areas to the big cities.
Hmm.
So yeah, and it is large population. Large population also moving towards that.
I got it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
So
then once you are settled in the big city, you will find a home outside the city where you can relax in your free time.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is the same everywhere. First, people move
yeah,
to the cities to find a better job, then they earn some money, then they move out again to have their refugium. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
yeah,
think.
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe in future I will have Indian dacha.
Uh,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
It's like country house.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So right, guys, this was our reaction. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe our
Bye.
channel.
bye for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye for now, guys. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye everybody.